Life Skills from Milady textbook. My name is Claire, and I'm looking forward to going over our Chapter 1 Life Skills PowerPoint. So let's talk learning objectives. We've got quite a few. One is going to be explain life skills. Two, list the principles that contribute to success. Three, and my personal favorite, designing a mission statement. Four, set long term and short term goals. Five, demonstrate effective time management. I kind of struggle with that one a little bit, but such is life. Six, employ successful study habits. Seven, define ethics. And eight, develop a positive personality and attitude. Probably my second favorite. So, why study life skills? Because practicing good life skills will lead to a more satisfying and productive beauty and wellness career. Ultimately, I love the fact that this chapter is called Life Skills because even though we're framing it in terms of beauty professionals and using these things with your clients, your coworkers, it's important for you to understand that the things that you're going to learn and pick up from this chapter are going to be so valuable for you from here on out. I said number four was my favorite. I'm sorry, number three, designing a mission statement was my favorite because I believe that if you have a goal and a mission in mind, that you can accomplish anything. So gear up and let's go right into the foundations of success. The things that are going to make you successful as a beauty professional and human all around is going to be communication. When we get to chapter 3, communication for success, we'll learn a little bit about the ways in which communication impacts us and ways that communication shows up. Decision making, image building, customer service, self actualization, goal setting, and time management. All of these life skills are foundations of success for both students and professionals. If you access the best part of yourself and push these skills forward in life and in school, you will be able to accomplish anything. So, the importance of life skills for a satisfying career. You want to be helpful and caring. Everything that you do is ultimately in the best interest of the client, which would mean that it is also in the best interest of you and your financial success. So by putting the client and their needs first, ultimately you are protecting your best interest financially in the beauty business. Making good friends. I don't believe that clients or students or teachers or anyone out, within these relationships are going to start off as friends, but you have the potential to develop really true and genuine relationships and even friendships with the people that you come into contact with. You can feel good about yourself and allow yourself to help others feel good about themselves. I always say that people are watching, so be mindful of how you treat yourself because it is a reflection of, how you feel about yourself, and that reflection can be motivational to someone else or demotivational. So I think it's important to hold yourself to a high regard. Always have a sense of humor, maintain a cooperative attitude, work with a strong sense of responsibility. You are taking care of the general public when it comes to your services, so have a sense of responsibility, be consistent, adapting to difficult situations, sticking to your goals and seeing a job through, becoming more organized, and developing sound decision making skills. If you're watching this video, it's 2023. If you had met me or been in this process when we opened in, 2020? Oh my gosh. Then you will see the difference in organization, attitude, consistency that we have put forth as a business, I have put forth as a person, and you'll see in that journey the benefits that have come from that. So if you don't have a person to look to, if you don't have someone that you know who have used the life skills that I've listed, feel free to reach out to me, and I would love to talk to you about how I got to where I am and the how these life skills actually help me to do that. If you do have someone who is a mentor of someone that you can reference for this, I encourage you to speak with that person and really get to know intimately how basic life skills that we don't necessarily consider day in and day out can be beneficial to you and your success. So Our first activity, normally in these videos we don't do the activities, but I'm actually going to have you pause for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep going, but once I'm done explaining the activity, I want you to pause the video for about 10 minutes, put on some lo-fi, some Afro beats, whatever your jam is, and I really want you to do this. I think it's super important to define your personal success. So I want you, in the course of 10 minutes, pause the video after the instructions, and I want you to think about or write down the answers to the following questions. How does being successful feel, in your opinion? What does a successful person's lifestyle look like? Who are successful people in their lives? So who are the successful people in the lives of the people that you think are successful? And what does being successful allow them the freedom to do? Now, I don't want you to just immediately jump to the TikTok star and the YouTuber that you absolutely love. I get it. In this day and age, in this generation, that's where our minds go to, even the movie stars, the actresses, right? But I want you to think about friends and family, coworkers, local business owners, people that you have interacted with personally. I want you to answer these questions, and I want you to think in terms of their lifestyle, the things that they're doing, and how they are where they are, because I think it's very easy to get caught up in the celebrity of it all when in reality we don't know these people and we don't know their lives. So for you, how do you think it will feel to be successful? For you, what does a successful lifestyle look like? Do you wake up whenever you want to? Do you have a chef? Do you do services 2 days a week and rest the other 5? Do you do services 7 days a week, but only for 2 hours at a time? What does that lifestyle look like? Who are the successful people in your life? Friends, family, coworkers. Who are the successful people? And really get an opportunity to jot down why you think they're successful. And what does being successful allow them the freedom to do? So pause now, take 10 minutes, and then join me in a moment. Okay, so if you haven't already, pause. Take your 10 minutes, do the activity. If you have, welcome back. I'm super proud of you for being vulnerable and writing that information down. So let's talk about the principles that contribute to success. Luck. Just kidding. You don't see luck on the screen, and you'll never hear me say that luck is what has contributed to my success or the success of the people that I know or that I follow. I have been mentored by a very successful woman who came from a immigrant background, who had experienced trauma beyond my wildest imagination, and she is at a point in her life where financially, she makes multiple 6 figures. She has 3 wonderful children and a husband who absolutely loves her. So for me to look at her and her success, knowing her story, I would never be so naive to say that she was lucky. But from the outside looking in, someone may say they're lucky. But I want you to understand that luck is often a direct result of hard work and commitment. So not only are we all lucky because of the fact that we're eligible and able to sit in an environment like this and actually learn something that we're passionate about, but we all have the ability to make our own luck by self-actualization, following set action steps for success, and identifying and eliminating bad habits as often and as quickly as we can. So the actions that are I want you to write down for success are going to be: build your self-esteem, take care of yourself, support yourself. You can't do anything if you don't believe in yourself. So build your self-esteem, build on your strengths. Know what your strengths are, know what your weaknesses are, and focus on developing those strengths more and more and more. Be kind to yourself. If you wouldn't say it to your mother, or if you wouldn't want someone to say it to your children, don't say it about yourself. Be true to yourself, stay true to yourself. I know social media is a very big thing, and we see things in this 15, 30, 60-second snapshot of people's lives and their journey, and we think that that's what we have to do to reach success, or they got lucky, like I said earlier. But ultimately, the truer you are to yourself, the more likely you are to get lucky. Consistently practice new behaviors. Rome was not built in a day, and neither will your successes and neither will your, goals and aspirations. Keep your personal life separate from work at all times. Keep your personal life separate from work. Keep your energy up, respect others, and stay productive. There are 3 bad habits that can keep you from maintaining peak production, and those are procrastination, perfectionism, and a game plan. At the end of the day, you have everything that you need right now in this moment to be successful. So let's continue on and learn a little bit more about life skills. So motivation and self-management. You are an adult. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you are 17 plus and enrolled in a beauty school program or are thinking about enrolling in one. The reality of it is that you have all the tools that you need, and you need to stay motivated and manage yourself. Whatever emotion a person feels, motivation and self-management skills will help them to move to their next goal in their career. To ultimately achieve success, you need more than an external push. I can't do it for you. Your friends can't do it for you. You have to feel a sense of personal excitement every day that you're striving for your goal. Because just like in the last slide, we talked about bad habits, procrastination, perfectionism. Those things are going to creep in. And whether that's today, in 6 days, in 6 months, there's going to be a time where you don't feel like it. Motivation and self-management is you doing it anyway. So take yourself to the next level by staying on course with your plan and your goals, and embracing creativity and making sure that you remain mindful of the action steps we listed in the previous slide. So let's check in. What principles contribute to personal and professional success? If you answered luck, then you're not listening. Self-esteem, visualizing your success, building on your strengths, being kind to yourself, true to yourself, practicing new behaviors, keeping your personal life separate from work, keeping your energy up, respecting others, and staying productive are one of many ways that you can achieve everything that you desire. So, my favorite. 3 of what we're going to learn is designing a mission statement. If you've never heard the Boss Lady Pledge, then I implore you, look it up. It's in our tour. It's on our website. It is a mission statement that I wrote when I submitted my application to be approved to run the business that I run today. And I wrote it with the student experience in mind, but I also wrote it as a reminder to myself to always strive to accomplish the things that are important to me. So a mission statement establishes the purpose and values by which an individual or an institution lives and works. It provides a sense of direction by defining guiding principles and clarifying goals, as well as how an organization will operate. You want to set these goals, design that mission statement so that you can establish the values you live by and set future goals. Having a mission statement for your life and your business is paramount to success. If you wake up every day and you read that mission statement, it is going to greatly impact the decisions that you make. Oh, do I want to read another chapter today, or do I want to go out with my friends? Oh, do I want to take an extra client in class today, or do I want to leave early so that I can catch Real Housewives of America season 42? A mission statement reminds you of what it is you're after and allows you to fiercely go after those goals. So if you didn't guess it already, the next slide is an activity. And if you're an active student, or finding this somewhere, you'll notice that in a lot of these videos, I'll skip the activity and the check-in, but this is one that I really, really want you to do. A mission statement can be short and sweet. As you see on the screen, an example is, I am dedicated to achieving a successful career with dignity, honesty, and integrity. I want you to take another 5 minutes, and I'm only giving you 5 minutes. Pause for 5 minutes, set a timer, and I want you to write down 1 to 3 sentences that you will live by throughout your beauty school journey. I then want you to type that in your notes or in your alarm. So if you have an alarm on your phone and it wakes you up every morning at 9, put that in the notes of the alarm, and every day you wake up to that alarm, I want you to read that mission statement. So part 1, pause this video for 5 minutes, 1 to 3 line mission statement, go. And you should be back. Your 5 minutes has elapsed. I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to pause for about 30 seconds, and I want you to read that mission statement out loud to yourself. I know it may seem silly, but go ahead. No matter who's around you, where you are, say your mission statement out loud right now. Awesome. Good for you. Be brave. There's nothing wrong with fumbling through it, stumbling through it. But at the end of the day, I want you to have the confidence to understand that you're still learning. So no matter how good you are or not good you are, the important thing is that you tried it. And I, for one, am proud of you. So let's go into setting long-term and short-term goals. Goal setting is the identification of long-term and short-term goals. When you know what you want, you can draw a circle around your destination and chart the best course to get there. Setting goals is simply mapping out what it is that you want. That way you can focus your intentions on the things that will help get you there. For example, if I'm going to use losing weight because everyone listening to this from now until eternity have probably tried to gain or lose 5 or 10 pounds at minimum. So if that's your goal, you know you have to eat a certain way, you have to work out a certain way, you have to wake up, you have to drink certain things, you can't eat certain things. And if you don't have a goal in mind, it's very easy to not be mindful of those things. So setting a goal simply allows us to create a map that we can follow to actually reach it. It's proven that those who set a goal and actually reference that goal when making decisions are more likely to be successful in accomplishing the goal. So the difference between short and long-term goals. Short-term goals are usually accomplished within 1 year or less. So for everyone listening, no matter when you're listening, your first goal for short-term goals should be finishing this theory. Small wins are one way that I have learned to keep me motivated and successful. So if you go ahead and write down 3 short goals for the duration of 2023 or whatever year you're watching this, I want you to write down 3 goals that you can accomplish within this year. And then for long-term goals, these are goals that are accomplished in more than 1 year. They can be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. I want you to write down 2 long-term goals. So for short term, we're going to write 3 goals. The first one is finishing this theory. Once that's done, you're a third of the way finished with your short-term goals for the remainder of the year. After that, you can set new short-term goals every year that are going to compound and allow you to get even closer to that 3-year, 5-year, or 10-year goal. With goal setting, once you have the plan in place, now we have the opportunity to demonstrate effective time management. So we're going to prioritize the things that are important to us and important to our goals. We're going to personalize our system. What someone else does is not necessarily what's going to work for you. We're going to avoid taking on too much. We're going to learn how to use problem-solving techniques. We're going to plan downtime. It's so important not to burn yourself out trying to over-prioritize goals over a healthy work-life balance. And then we're going to carry a notepad, organizer, tablet, or other digital application. So I want to go back to that, even though I forwarded to the next page. Having a way to track your goals and your progress is so important. And what I personally recommend is to have all of it in one place. For most of us, that's going to be a cell phone. But if you have an iPad that's strictly for business or personal development, or you have a notebook, I would recommend starting today and using that material for just that. That way it can be something that you reference every morning, first thing when you wake up, or every night before you go to bed. So, more ways we can demonstrate effective time management. We can make schedules for ourselves. How many of you here have a schedule in which you study the material that's going to be on your state board? If you don't, as soon as this theory is done, I recommend you go ahead and make a schedule for how your life is going to go for the next, let's say, 7 days. Where the day I'm recording this is a Friday. So my goal for the next 7 days is to finish recording the rest of the theories that I need to record and to introduce a new group of starts. So a schedule for me would look like this. I'm in class with students Monday through Thursday from 10 to 4. I'm going to give myself a lunch break from 1 to 2 every day. And then from 4 to 6, I'm going to drive home, shower, prepare dinner. From 6 to 7, I'm going to sit and have dinner, start whatever entertainment I'm going to start. And from 7 to 7:45, I am going to prep and record theories that need to be finished until all of them are done. So for the next 7 days, Friday to Friday, that is what I'm going to do every day. I am more likely to accomplish both of those goals because I set a very simple schedule as opposed to waking up every day and not having a plan, not having an agenda. You can be as strict with the schedule or as loose with the schedule, but having something on the schedule is going to make a world of a difference. Identify the best times for productivity and relaxation. I've found that I'm much more productive when I wake up in the morning and immediately start working on the hard things. If I get the hard things done by 11, 12 o'clock, I feel so much better. 2, I feel accomplished. And 3, I have the rest of the day to do bonus work, meaning I can get ahead on the things that I would have had to do tomorrow. Remember, procrastination was one of the things that can, work against us. So by operating in the way that works for me, I'm able to eliminate procrastination without even really trying. All I did was get started as soon as I wake up. A tiny tweak to have a big effort. Making sure you reward yourself, you plan your exercise, you always schedule at least a block of free time, use to-do lists consistently, and make time management a habit. So before I go on, use to-do lists. One problem that I used to have is I'll make 20 different to-do lists and never get back to the first one. Now I have a note in my phone. I have an iPhone. I pinned it to the top and it's my to-do list. It's a running to-do list. So every time something comes, I add it to the to-do list and I won't allow myself to do the new thing before I did the thing that was previously put on the list. It's a way for me to stay organized and not put things off. So employing successful learning tools. Pest of. Think of pest of as parietal, ethmoid, sphenoid, temporal, occipital, and frontal. These are all parts of our skull. Pest of. So thinking of different ways to learn and be successful with the information you're achieving is so important. And the reality of it is we are all different, right? Repetition, organization, and Lord, let's practice this. I don't know why I wouldn't know how to say that, but okay. Let's Google it. Hold on. Watch, it's going to be something silly. Mnemonics. Pronounce mnemonics. Okay. Mnemonics. See? Okay, I'm adding M's. The M is silent. Mnemonics, which is word associations, acronyms, songs, or rhymes. So everyone is different. We're all going to learn in unique ways. You need to figure out the way that works for you. Once you know that information, you will be a master of learning. No matter how good or bad you think you were in middle school, high school, once you know what works for you, darling, you can go so far. So always be organized, know what method works for you, and really hone in and turn every lesson into that method for yourself. So mnemonics. These are memory devices that help you remember or recall information. There's something called word association, which is what you see on the screen. You also see acronyms, which is using the first letter in a series. And then you have songs or rhymes, which are simple phrases that make information memorable. I've learned from me that the best way to learn is actually audio. So anytime I'm learning something new, instead of mnemonics, instead of repeating the information out loud 20 times, instead of writing it 40 times, I actually read the information to myself out loud and then play it back throughout the day until I can say what's coming next. So I'm going to give an example. I'm going to record myself, air quotes here, reading the slide on the screen. Employ successful learning tools. Visual study skills include mind mapping and note taking in the recording. Let's just say the test was on this particular slide. So instead of reading this 20 times and getting distracted each day and only making it through 3, one, that makes it harder for me because every time I fail at reading it 20 times, I get discouraged, I'm not focused, things take me away from it. Instead of reading it 20 times, I just set a goal to replay that until I can memorize it. So I can list, I know what's coming without actually having to hear it. So I would play it back over and over and over and over and over. And the great thing about that is I can do that playback anywhere. I mean, we have wireless headphones for peak's sake. Sitting at work, I can have my headphone in listening, doing laundry, cooking dinner, in between shows, like cleaning, driving in my car, I can listen to it like I listen to podcasts. So when I discovered that for myself, it was so easy to actually study and retain information. For you, it might be writing things down, making flashcards, whatever it is, find that technique and utilize it consistently. So let's go to establishing good study habits. Make sure that the tasks are small and manageable, that you have a dedicated chunk of time, you use keywords or phrases, you ask questions, and you study in groups if that's beneficial for you. So some or all of these things may work for you. None of these things may work for you. Once you figure out what does, utilize that. So let's talk about where, when, and how when it comes to studying. Where do you want to study? Somewhere comfortable without interruptions or distractions. Make sure the lighting is favorable, the sound is favorable, and you have everything you need the moment you walk into that environment. I also recommend not studying somewhere that you use for dual purpose. I don't study in my bedroom. I don't work in my bedroom. I work in the kitchen at the kitchen island because one, it forces me to stand the whole time, which is great for my Apple Watch. And two, if I'm in the kitchen and I need water, it takes me 2 seconds away. If I'm in the kitchen and my phone rings while I'm leaving my phone in the bedroom, I'm not going to hear it. I'm not going to see it. I don't have a TV in the kitchen. I mean, I have an Alexa, so I'll play, music or rain sounds or something like that, but I don't have a TV, I don't have my phone, I have whatever I'm studying with, and that's it. When? Start off by establishing how much time you need. Pick when you feel the best, so the most energetic, the most motivated, and practice time management by blocking off sections of time that will just be for studying. And lastly, how? Study one section of a chapter at a time and then review the key points. Highlight keywords or phrases and test yourself. For me, my how is the audio thing. I read the information to myself on recording and I play it 1,000 times. For you, it may be writing the vocabulary words 100 times per word. It might be going through your textbook and highlighting the information. Whatever it is, do that for yourself. Next, let's talk about defining ethics. Ethics are principles of good character, proper conduct, and moral judgment. Ethics are the moral principles by which we live and work. Ethics are kind of, to me, just like the mission statement, right? Ethics are the rules behind how we behave. So I kind of tie my ethics and my principles and what I feel and believe about life and situations into that mission statement so that I'm not only setting a goal and an intention for my life, but I'm doing it in a way that is ethical. Because if you're following a plan that's not ethical, then deep down, it's not going to feel good to you. If you don't feel good, you're not going to perform well. The information is not going to work. The situation is just not going to be in anyone's best interest. So you want to make sure that you are following principles of good quality character. Ethics in the salon and beauty setting really keep us working in the best interest of our client. And like I said previously, if we're working in the best interest of our client, then success will surely follow. So, professional ethics embody ethical qualities. So, make sure you take care of yourself, you show integrity, you have discretion, and you have quality communication skills. We're not talking about our clients behind our back. We're not gossiping with our clients about their life decisions and the things that, aren't going right. We're remaining positive and energetic. We take care of ourselves so we have a healthy mental state when we are coming into work, and we speak to people the way that we want to be treated. We make sure that we embody the qualities of the people that we want to do business with. Develop a positive personality and attitude. Your personality is not going to be for everyone, and that's okay. If you're ever in the building with me, you'll often hear me say that to do things the way that feel right and feel good to you, because that is the client that you're going to attract. At the end of the day, your personality is going to attract certain people and certain, clientele, and that's okay. Be who you are. The more authentic you are, the more likely you are to be successful. So some positive characteristics: diplomacy, being truthful, tactical, non-critical, non-judgmental, and fair. Using a pleasing tone of voice. Maintaining emotional stability for yourself and your clients. No one wants to deal with the disaster every day. No one wants to come in and wonder if you're going to be up or down. Sensitivity, being kind and sensitive to those around you and the situations that they might be in. Values and goals. Always have goals and always hold yourself to your ethics and your standards. If you have values, that will be reflective in the way you do things. And I like to say the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Be receptive. Receptivity is being interested in and responsive to the opinions, feelings, and ideas of other people. If you're not open to learning and being corrected and growing and developing your mental state and your knowledge base, it can be very off-putting. And then practice effective communication skills that you are going to learn in Chapter 3. So let's do another check-in before we get to our summary and review. Whew, we powered right through this. This is awesome. What are the characteristics of a healthy, positive attitude? If you answered diplomacy, a pleasing tone of voice, emotional stability, sensitivity, values and goals, receptivity, and effective communication, then you would absolutely be right. So before we go to our summary and review, I want to ask you one more time. Do you think luck plays any bearing in your success? Exactly. No. Luck is often generated by hard work and determination. So, to summarize and review what we've learned, use your time effectively. I genuinely believe that we get one spin around this earth in this lifetime, in this body, and because we can never go back and relive a day, it's so important that you take advantage of the time that you have in front of you, because once it's behind you, it's simply a memory. Attitudes and perceptions shape the conditions of your life. Take care of your mental health, your physical health, and good things will surely follow. School is the perfect time to practice the skills and concepts that will take you successfully through life. So, we've explained life skills, the principles that contribute to our success, luck. Just kidding. We've designed a mission statement. It may be short for now, but with that mission statement, you are able to say it out loud. Practice doing that every single day so that you are confident and have it memorized, so that when you are at a low point, you can read or see that statement and have that morale boost. We've set long and short-term goals. Short-term goals being with goals we can complete within a year. Remember, our first goal was getting through this video. Hint, you're almost there. You literally have seconds. And long-term goals, things that we can do post year 3, 5, 10 years. 5, demonstrate effective time management. Employ successful study habits. We defined ethics and standards, and we developed a positive personality and attitude. So, congratulations on reaching your first short-term goal. You have finished this theory. Again, I'm super proud of you, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye.